Assembly Committee on Aviation and Aviation Technology. This significant event marks the second budget difference in the 10th Assembly, and I am honored to be part of it. Today, we gather to review and discuss the budget proposal to the aviation sector. As we discuss the proposal, let us keep three principles in mind. We need to ensure the budget is prepared transparently and inclusively with input from all stakeholders. We must also guarantee efficient use of funds, focusing on achieving tangible results. Finally, we need to strengthen oversight to hold the ministry and its agency accountable for the action and stability of the fund. It is noteworthy that in the 2025 budget proposal, the Nigerian Airspace Management Agency (NAMA), which was removed from the federal government budget in 2023 and 2024, has been included. Therefore, this budget defense meeting is a critical step in our effort to ensure that our nation's resources are allocated efficiently and effectively. Let us work together to scrutinize the 2025 budget proposal and ensure that they align with our national goal and priority. On this note, I appreciate my colleagues' prompt response to this exercise, demonstrating their patriotism and commitment to the National Assembly. I commend the Honorable Minister, Barrister Professor Kilamu, and his team for their comments and their commitment in this area. Now, Honorable Minister, before I invite you for the budget presentation, we need to make some few comments from our colleagues, and then we just want a situation where you will to brief the remaining agencies. The truth of the matter is that we don't praise people in the national. We don't appreciate whatever leadership people are doing. We are happy today that the industry is seeing the light and having a brighter future. But we know we have not reached there, but we are on our way there. The only thing we just want to take and appeal to people is your agency. Whenever we call them, we don't want to issue a second warning. We don't want a situation we'll be calling them, come, and they won't come. We have the power to invite or to summon. It's always not nice when you summon, between the relationship has broken. So we want to appeal to you, to appeal to your people, that whenever they see a letter from National Assembly, that come and explain this. It's not a police station. Just go there, explain whatever they ask you. It's as simple as that, because we are representing Nigeria. Because the reason why we quickly agree that I should slot in this, by the time you finish your presentation, there will be questions from the floor. Okay. Some of the hunger from what you will be saying, or the defense, they will pour it out. But by the time I already let you know that this is what is happening, that because most of our colleagues have grudge, that some of the agency, they will receive your letter or even phone call, or will ask our clerk to call them. They won't even return the call. They won't even have the courtesy to return the call. Until the day they now hit the barbed wire, that's the time they will be looking for you as the committee chairman. It's unfair. It's unfair. So after on this note, Honorable Minister, I invite you to make the presentation of your 2025 budget. The budget performance of 2024, that's before you present it, is the one that will start with the performance of the budget. So, Honorable Minister, we want to see the performance, and then we now go to the future.
Leave that place, please.
Distinguished Chairman of the Senate Committee on Aviation, the Chairman of the two committees on Aviation and Aviation Technology of the House of Representatives, distinguished senators, honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, let us express first of all our appreciation, sir, for the warm welcome we have received this morning and for graciously agreeing to accommodate us today for this exercise. We are extremely grateful. We don't take it for granted that you had to adjust your timetable to accommodate us today. We don't take it for granted. We are very, very grateful, sir. We also want to express our deep appreciation for all the support we have received from this committee. It has made us better as a ministry. It has made us. We have sat up where we need to sit up as a ministry too. And the kind of support we have received from the chairman in the last 1 year has been tremendous. We really, really want to place that on record, our appreciation for the support and very robust oversight that we have received in the last 1 year. So myself and my team, sir, we are here just to say thank you, sir. For the 2024 budget performance summary, sir, it is subdivided into the capital appropriation, the personnel appropriation, overhead appropriation. For the capital appropriation, sir, in 2024, it was 38,338,916,033 naira. The actual releases, out of that, actual releases, cash releases, was 11,540,112,956 naira 40 kobo, sir. Out of that, the utilization was about 98% utilization from the releases, sir. And that's 11. Sir, the 2024 budget performance is a summary of the 2024 budget performance, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Indicated the actual review.
We have done that, sir.
No, you said utilization.
No, we said releases first, sir. We said releases.
Yes, sir. The releases 11 things. Utilization 11.5. Isn't it? Percentage utilization 30.9.
Yeah, I first mentioned releases, sir. With respect, sir. I did mention releases before I went to utilization, sir.
Okay. Okay. Go back to your...
Okay, sir. So after the capital appropriation, the releases, sir. Can I go on, sir?
Yeah, go on.
The releases, sir, was 11,540,112,956 naira 40 kobo, sir. Then out of the releases, sir, the actual utilization, sir, that's where I am, sir. It's about 98 or thereabout percent, which is about 11,534,271,427 naira 94 kobo, sir. And the percentage of utilization, it's about 30.9%, sir. That is for the capital appropriation, sir. For the personnel appropriation, sir, the total personnel appropriation was 1,009,378,928 naira 22 kobo, sir. The actual releases, sir, for personnel appropriation, out of the personnel appropriation, was 1,009,378,918 naira 22 kobo, sir. The utilization, sir, was 100% of the releases. So the same figure, just 100%. Sir, the overhead appropriation, sir. The total overhead appropriation was 520,351,934 naira, sir. The releases in that respect was almost 100%, 99 point something to 9%. That's 520,351,933 naira 87 kobo, sir. Then the utilization, sir, was 520,172,307 naira 44 kobo. And like I mentioned, the utilization is about 99.97%, sir. We actually made a note there, by the grace of the National Assembly, extending the 2023 budgets. At some point, it ran concurrently with the 2024 budget till about 31st of December 2024. Just like we have also received, graciously received the extension from the National Assembly of the 2024 budget to run till I think June 2025. That was the same situation we had in 2024. That is for the 2024 budget performance summary. I will wait for the directive before I go to the 2025. Yes, that's for 2024.
I believe that the performance from the minister. Any question? Go ahead.
My name is Alison Anderson.
Can you come closer to the
And I'm a German from the last. Sir, I want to find out if this ministry has an idea.
The ministry itself does not have an idea, but some of our agencies have some. Those budgets are quite different from the ministry budgets.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman and co-chairman here present, Olatunji Akinus is my name. I'm an engineer and a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. I represent the industrious people of Abuja, Federal Constituency and from Ogun State. Honorable Minister, permit me first to congratulate you and your team for the improvements we've seen in some of our airports. Last year, I was part of those that complained about the Lagos airport, and I must say that I've seen improvements. I'd like to ask this question. On page 11 of your 2024 performance, page 11 of what you did,
11.
there's power energy improvement at the Lagos and other airports in Abuja.
11, huh?
And in 2024, 1 billion was appropriated and 1 billion was expended. We do not know the contract sum itself. Maybe 40 million, maybe it's a vintage or something. how much has the ministry expended totally to date on this power and energy improvement project? What is the scope of work of this project so far, and when will the project be completed? Thank you, sir.
I think Frank is ready. For the Abuja airport, the details I have regarding the power project in Abuja airport, they call the IPP project. It was something that we inherited from the last minister, last administration. And there's a contract running. I think it's a contract for 7 years or so. Yep. It's a contract for 7 years running for an independent contractor to provide power. Because, you know, Lagos and Abuja, they have to run on 24 hours because they are our gateway. So whether they are airports, whether they are landing or not. In fact, there was a presidential directive under Yaradua. And I think the MD firm brought it up to me recently to say, is it still sustainable? But I think there was a problem happened under Yaradua. I'm not too sure when the president tried to land at night and the lights went off. Or so, I can't remember the facts. But after that, there was a clear presidential directive to ensure that for Lagos, Abuja, you run 24 hours, whether planes are landing or not, because it's a security issue for the gateways of the nation. So since then, before we came, 3-4 administrations for us, they run 24 hours, those two major airports. You know, they are our star airports. So because of that, there was a contract under the last government for an IPP to provide power for Abuja airport in particular. And that runs into some figure. The figures are not here, but they submit their payments once in a while, periodically, for us to pay them. And that is for Abuja. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mine is construction of the control tower.
Construction. To one. Okay. What page, sir?
Page 2.
Page 2.
Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development.
Yes.
2023-2024.
Item 13. I've seen it. Item 13, sir.
According to the project started, the entire budget 2013.
2023?
2013.
2013, okay.
That was when it entered the budget.
Okay.
Its first appearance in the budget was in 2013. Can we know the actual contract sum, total contract sum that will cost the project? The total amount that could have done the job in 2013.
Yes, that's not page 13. I can tell the Permanent Secretary regarding the history of these items in particular. That's the history of the when it was originally awarded, how much it was awarded. Originally, sir. Yes. Where, is it there? Where is it? No. Number 13. It's number 13. It's number 13, sir. Am I correct, sir? No, number. It appears in number 13, sir. Yes, sir, number 13, sir. 18. 2024? It's number 13, sir.
No, you are looking at 2023.
Okay.
Yeah, let me have a copy.
Okay, no, sir. That was 2023. There's 2024, sir. Yeah. Yeah, you are correct. Ongoing. For 2024, it's 18. For 2023 is 13. Yes. Yes, sir.
I want to know how much was earmarked to have done the job. If they were able to do it in that 2013. What was the initial contract plan?
Well, sir, that was about 10 years before I came. I will not have the details. No, was that 1.9? Was it the original song?
At every budgetary period, you know, and we wouldn't know when was this budgetary provision and how long will it last? So what we are trying to arrive at.
Yes.
The initial contractor will have to know how much has been so far, percentage of work done, and balance of work done.
I agree with you, sir, that it may be, it's a good template if we have such directives. And it's a very, very good direction the distinguished senator is going. That for any budget preparation, it's important we provide these details. You know, we just come all the time to the Senate and we provide this thing and expect, and the National Assembly, and expect our budgets will provide. I think this holistic picture is a good one. It's just that we follow templates we received before we came here. But it's a very good template, sir. I agree with you, sir. It should be, I agree with you. Yeah. I agree with you, sir. I agree with you. I agree with you, sir. I agree with you. I agree. Yes. Yes, sir. I agree with you, sir. It's a new template we may have to adopt in getting our budgets prepared. Yes, sir.
Observation of 2013 and then 2015.
NCAT. Let me see.
The committee, the three committees, we want to be particularly aviation technology, we want to take the report in the next 1 week. We are on the budget.
Where's NCAT there? I hope you are listening. Where's
NCAT? Let him see us.
Let us see. You understand the directive of the committee?
So we want a situation that in the next 1 week,
Yes.
before we finish this budget, so that we won't take our own decision on your own budget of 2025.
Yes.
We just want that report in the next 1 week. Immediately after the budget, call your people. Let them give you the 2013, the 2015. I'm sure by the time we go to 2025 too, maybe we'll see another figure. We don't know the issue of what happened in 2013. We don't know 2020. How much the actual contract, where have you reached, where have they, and then you are putting in more money. We have to know that. And then by the time we have your report in the next, it will help us to decide when we even come on oversight, for us to know where to start.
We have to.
Thank you, distinguished Chairman. Honorable Minister, in the same document, page 18, number 82, there's a project there that has caught my attention, and that is the construction of perimeter road at Sambakwe Cargo Airport, Owerri, Imo State. I'd like to find out the status of this project, if you're reading from the same document with me. This is what I have here.
Is it ministry? Okay.
Because we've been on that perimeter road for a while now. A lot of the projects they are stalled. So I'd like to know the status. This is the document I'm reading.
Yes, we have it, sir. I got the question. I want to get an update on the relevant director. All right, sir. So the updates I can give a commitment within 24 hours to get a relevant director who have gone there for inspections. But we have thousands of projects to give a status report of the present state of that project. I can give a personal commitment to that, sir. Because for each and every of these projects...
This is born out of my concern
I
about
agree.
projects going on in Imo Cargo Airport.
Yes.
They are usually stalled and some of them are abandoned. So
Yes,
to
I
say,
agree.
more or less.
Yes. In many
So
other
that's the
airports.
concern I have. Okay.
Yes, we
You
can give a
the
commitment to
information
that.
within 24 hours, like you
Yes.
said. That will be fine.
And then just to add, sir, that it's a very good observation. It's also a wake-up call for us, even not for many ministries. Yes, because when we don't have 100% release, the projects remain like that. They come back for variation, most of the contractors, and then it is penny wise, pound foolish for us as federal government not to quickly fund these projects and complete them. Because at the end of the day, we'll now end up spending 4 times more. For that is what the distinguished senator just pointed out, and I think I agree entirely, sir, that even in our own budget performance and focus, we should focus on the ones that have been like 80% complete, 70% complete them thoroughly instead of starting new ones again in the next year, so that we don't put extra burden on the federal government purse to come back every year, and that 30% completion remaining ends up being 100% funding again when you remain like that for years. I agree, sir. It's just culture.
I'm coming. Honorable Abubakar, I've seen you from that side.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I remain Honorable Abubakar Yahya Kusada. I represent Kenkia Kusada in the Federal Constituency and Pro-Katsina State. Honorable Minister, I just seek for an explanation on page 18 or page 6 of your document.
Page what?
Page 18, yes, precisely.
Number what?
Item number 80.
80.
Yes, completion of abandoned guard protocol at MLA Lagos. You see, the project was first entered into the budget. Okay, okay, 50 million naira was appropriated for the budget in the budget for the project, and total expenditure there is also 50 million. The financial reference is 100%, and you still mark it as ongoing as a remark. I just need to know, is the project complete or it is still ongoing, or are you planning to carry it over to the next appropriation year? The same with item number 112 and 114 of page 18. Item number 112 and 114 on page 18. They are all 100% funded and you still call it ongoing. That's why I want to know, are you planning to continue with the project in the next appropriation year or what? Thank you.
Well, I think the only explanation I can give to that is that the contract sum was far above the money appropriated. So that even if you have 100% performance of that contract, the project would not be complete. So what I see, for instance, there is that the contract sum was in the region of 563 million. And then 50 million was provided. 50 million was expended. And that, of course, would be like 10% of the actual contract sum. So that's the only explanation I can see to that.
Distinguished senators, honorable colleagues, I think the concern of members are the same. I think what the joint committees want from you is the historical background of all these ongoing projects.
Yes, sir.
We need the historical background of all these ongoing projects so that the committee will sit down and appraise where and at what level we are. Distinguished senator, honorable colleagues, maybe we give the honorable minister a week to submit to this joint committee the historical background of all the ongoing projects, so that the status of all the ongoing projects, the date of award, the contract value, how much has been expended, the year of completion and challenges if there's any, so that we can look at that together. That's my suggestion.
We're well guided, sir, and thank you for that. The permanent secretary. Okay. All right.
The co-chairman, the honorable minister. Now, there is an issue that is not in your budget, which is very key and critical. The defunct Nigerian Airways. There is a liability of 36 billion naira being owed to the staff. Some have died, many are sick and dying, yet government is refusing to pay them. We have not seen that provided for. Or is it joint to your personnel or overhead budget?
No, sir. Thank you.
Should be done on that.
Yes, thank you, sir. Let me give you an update on that. Under the last administration, both the unions and the ministry sat down and arrived at that figure, 136 billion. You are correct, sir. However, there was a presidential directive for the Ministry of Finance to take over the payments, the liability from the Ministry of Aviation, because it would have been too much on the envelope of the Ministry of Aviation. So it's actually domiciled now. The payment is domiciled in the Ministry of Finance. We have written several letters. We have gone there to visit, to press for the payment. Myself and the union leaders, to show our transparency, I invited all of them in November. I think it was November. We went to the Minister of Finance with the union leaders to hear from him directly. And he spoke to them, asked them to be patient, the Minister of Finance who were before him in his office. And we actually sympathize with them, sir, because for people who serve the nation, they should not owe them, their entitlements. So for us, we are very sympathetic. We have been helping them to pursue that payment, sir. Yes,
Mr. Chairman, I think rider to this.
Go ahead, distinguished. Okay, let Senator Sabi speak, then you speak, please.
Chairman, distinguished colleagues, we heard the minister on this issue of payment of the defunct Nigerian Airways. By your pedigree and your personality before you become a minister, this is one issue that each and every Nigerian will expect you to champion by whatever means. Unfortunately, my colleague is complaining that that amount of 36 billion is not even reflected in the budget. How do you intend to pay this money?
so I just provided the explanation, sir, that there was a directive in the last administration. This amount was arrived at during the last administration. It was like a joint committee between the unions and the ministry. But there was a directive that amount should be paid by the Ministry of Finance. It should be removed from the budget of the ministry because it will be too much for the envelope, because that is overhead. It's not capital. So it is actually domiciled, yes, in the Ministry of Finance. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I went there with the union leaders in November to meet the minister. They were all satisfied with our efforts. All the union leaders, the joint union aviation leaders, we went there. We appealed to him. He said he's working hard on it. That was in November, just 2 months ago, sir.
There was money. You cannot say that he doesn't have 36 billion. And this,
I agree with you,
some
sir.
of them, the families of some of these people are yearning for what to eat.
I agree with you, sir.
What to eat, because families are not there. They are no more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please.
Yes, sir.
Let's be sympathetic to ourselves.
Yes, sir.
We don't know which category.
Maybe the Committee on Finance will even help us, oversighting the Minister of Finance.
Thank you, my chairman, distinguished colleagues, honorable minister and your team. Going by what we have, the 2023 to 2024 budget performance, you have a total of 424 projects, if I'm correct, but I've taken my time to count it line by line.
to have a total of 124 projects. As a senior advocate of Nigeria, learned man, a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, upon assumption of office till date, have you been able to complete some of these projects? If not, how many have been completed? How many are ongoing? And how many are being carried over to 2025 budget? Now, going to the number 3 in the list, the construction of control tower and technical building at Enugu Airport, which happens to be my own airport. This project was appropriated for in 2013, and the total sum of 1.9 billion was earmarked for this project. 75 million has been released as of today. Can you tell Nigerians the state of that project? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Upon assumption of office, I actually ensured that we raise a team by the past permanent secretary. It's actually called the project monitoring team of the ministry, made up of very senior directors. Last year they went round. There's an actual report on their project. Yes, that's part of what we will bring together on
2025 budget.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what.
Within 1 week.
Within 1 week.
It's okay.
We have the report. We have been given 1 week to produce it.
Okay.
Yeah. But we have a committee on that in the ministry that went round. To also give you, maybe it's over information, but let me also give you information on the Enugu Airport. The state government, the state governor, the representative state government, has actually been speaking with us in the last 1 year. And I think they also approached Mr. President directly for the takeover of the airport, the Enugu state government, to manage it, complete it on a PPP basis between state and the federal government. And he's been very serious about it, the governor. We saw his plan. Like he also went directly to Mr. President on it, just like 2 or 3 other governors. The Niger state governor did it. But it's something I need to brief this committee about later, the full committee, on the takeover of some of this airport by state governments. Oyo has done the same too. We have released the Ibadan airport to the Oyo state government too. Enugu is one of them. So we're careful in the 2025 budget not to replicate, because we are almost there in terms of concession of the airport. And he wants to run it as a full cargo airport for the state government, including an airline. An airline is also coming along too. But it's something we would like to brief the committee separate on that, bring a document on some of these, so you'll be well abreast on what is happening in terms of the PPPs we have with the state government. Enugu is one of them.
How competent is the state government to manage a federal airport? Because I know some states are building airports and handing over to federal government. How come federal government is relinquishing the airport back to state government? And how competent?
No, it's when they approach us. It's just for the running, not the building. Most of them who hand them over to us, maybe when they build it 80% complete, they cannot complete it, they hand them to us to run. But in most of these cases, these are fully developed airports. They have runways, they have terminal buildings and all that. It's just for the management of the airports that they come to us for. But like I said, there's always a business case when they come. These are, the devil is in the details. But it's a very good question you're asking, the capacity and the competence to run the airports. Normally they hire consultants to do that for them. It's not like it is a commissioner for transport that will now be running it. No, they normally hire competent consultants, the state government.
Then that the Ministry of Aviation is being overwhelmed by the number of airports we have in Nigeria.
No, we're not overwhelmed.
That is what I'm saying.
No, when we get requests,
To help you.
not that we want, they come with this request to say for the sake of their people and their economy, they want to pay special attention to those airports for the sake of their local economy. So sometimes we look at their requests. And like I said, in the case of 2 or 3 airports, what we got was presidential directive. They didn't even come through us. We just got presidential directive directly to work. And the president approved. And we had to work with them. Yes.
Minister, let me call the agenda sensitive, of course, in 2018, and you now go to your presentation for 2025. And we'll be waiting for that 1 week ultimatum. You can see
even less than
the
that.
anxiety
Yes, less
and
than
the
that.
eagerness of members, the way they are anxious to know
Performance.
the performance.
Yes.
Is very important.
Honorable Minister, my name is Senator Aviation and I represent the Federal Capital Territory. Before I ask my question, I want to commend you on a marked improvement on the airports, especially the international airports. I've been speaking to people and I've gotten very good reviews about the state of the airport. But I have a comment and a question. I see here development of Aerospace University, Abuja. The truth of the matter, we always say we don't have money for lots of things. I don't see why we need an aerospace university. Abuja University is there badly funded. It could have an aerospace and aviation department there. There's a university built already in Abuja, not populated, not being used. It's there. Nothing is happening to it. What a private university is trying to build a school of aviation in Buhari. So as a nation, we need to start learning how to consolidate our resources and work together in a cohesive manner, not working in silos. And that I really wonder why we need that, and maybe you are able to clarify it for me, because I don't understand why we need an aerospace university.
Thank you.
The co-chair, we have in our midst now the Senate Committee Chairman on Finance, Senator Sani Musa. Now, the issue that was raised before he came in is on this issue of Nigerian Airways staff that have not been paid their allowances. Before he speaks, my take would be that this committee and the Finance Committee, together with the Minister of Aviation and the Minister of National Planning and Budget, should stick to this, and this budget should not pass without those people being provided for. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues, distinguished senators, honorable minister, and esteemed. My name is Honorable Dixon Taki. I represent Makodi Guma Federal Constituency. I'm from Benue State, Chairman, Constituency Outreach. I come into the issue that my distinguished colleague, Senator Reki, has just raised about the aviation colleges that I think 6 that have been proposed. We know very well that Zaria has been underutilized, it is not funded properly. What is the reason for establishing 6 aviation schools? I think that if we are a very serious country, maybe 1 extra one will be okay. Or you fund Zaria very well. Zaria will take care of everything. As I sit down here, that's my captain sitting next to you. I flew with him as a cabin crew in the 90s. And he's a very good captain. Now, please, Honorable Minister, we can save those funds, you know, make sure that Zaria is properly working, and maybe set up just 1 extra school, maybe down in the south. That will take care of Nigeria aviation problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. The most distinguished Senator Rite Kingibe asked a very good question. When we came to office, the Aviation and Aerospace University had already been established by the past government. And so we just started it off, because by the time we came in, the first intake was just going on, the first intake of the university. but it's just a specialized university for aviation and aerospace courses themselves. Since it's our primary mandate as aviation ministry, I thought that the rationale for the past government to have founded that university, it's about the first of that type in Africa too, is to ensure that they pay special attention to the development of aviation and aerospace courses, and not for us as a ministry to be subsumed in another general university and trying to appeal to them to develop courses in that respect. So I think it's just a matter of perspective as to whether we can be in complete control as an aviation ministry to develop the courses we think will develop the aviation ecosystem in Nigeria. But as a corollary to that, the other question is about the NCAT campuses. The same. Let me say first of all that Zaria has been a star for all of us. We've been very, very proud of Zaria. Zaria has been there since 1964, serving the entire country. And most of our pilots and the captains you see today pass through Zaria. So it's actually a pride for us. And it has received a lot of commendations from ICAO, a lot of certificates from all over the world. Right now we are having problems of space in Zaria. To give you an update, sir, I'm sure you graciously approved it last year or the year before for us to buy an additional hotel in Zaria because we could not accommodate the students again in the main campus because of the burgeoning population of the school. So we had to now buy the Zaria Hotel. The Zaria Hotel is now an annex, even if it's in Zaria, of that training college. And we expect the populations to even grow beyond that. So the question we ask ourselves is that, are we going to continue to buy houses in Zaria, within Zaria, to accommodate more population who are willing to come to the school? And if we are doing that, why not give other parts of this country the opportunity to also have access to those campuses too? Why continue to expand and buy private houses and hotels within one town in the country of 240 million people who want access to that? The same thing happened with the law school, sir. The law school was about the same time that Zaria was established in Kaduna, that the law school was established in Lagos. It was about 1960, 64, thereabout, that same period. But the law school has still grown beyond Lagos. The law school has campuses all over the country now for people to have easy access to law school. So it is one country, sir. The other people who they have campuses now, they have been, named. Boeing has one. I think Yola has one, and on like that. They are extremely grateful to the federal government. They are happy that they now have easy access to training facilities too. Yeah. So we cannot continue to expand only within Zaria. Other parts of this country should also have access to training facilities too. Thank you, sir.
Chairman Finance. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, my distinguished colleagues, Honorable Minister. I'm Mohammed Sani Musa, Niger East Senatorial District. Mr. Chairman, my question is on the second runway of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. With the kind of reforms that this country is bringing in and the injection we're making to the economy, looking at the airports we have, both Lagos, Abuja, Kano, Honorable Minister, I want to tell you that we have not started anything. And when you're talking of aviation today, aviation is always the gateway to any prosperous economy. And with what we are doing, we're just making some kind of makeshifts to our airports. We've been talking about second runway since when we came into the 9th Senate. That issue has been there. Honorable Minister, you know about it. Nothing is done. When you go elsewhere and see their airports, you know that they are standard airports. Even if they are small, you will see that at least they look international. In your own opinion, will you now believe or tell Nigerians that the airports that we have are befitting for an economy that we looked at becoming one of the 20 best economies in the world in the next few years? How can we, do without constructing new airports in this country? In my opinion, you should start thinking of constructing new airports in these 3 cities. And this can be turned to domestic airports. Our Abuja airport is not better than looking like a market in a rural area in countries like China. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You know why my chairman of finance is asking for more aircraft? He's bringing in more aircraft. Chief package going for the aircraft. So I wonder why he's asking for more aircraft with the economy we have to pay. Instead of us expanding the aircraft, I'm the honorable minister saying so that
let me just announce it.
Go on to the major work of the day.
Let me answer it. Let me just distinguished Senator Sani, my bosom brother, thank you for your comments, and it's actually a conversation I was praying should come up. There are 2-pronged issues there: the second runway and, of course, the general state of our airports. Well, when I appeared before this committee last year about the same time, I made a passionate appeal for provision for the construction of the second runway, sir. So you are not far from the truth, sir, that it is not right that a nation's capital should have only 1 runway. You are absolutely correct, sir. Lagos, we have 2 runways in Lagos, and even those runways, they need total rehabilitation. The MD Fund has been tremendous, has been very, very hardworking in trying to even maintain those 2 we have. One is right and one is, left. But they need total resurfacing because these runways have been there for a long time. So it's by the grace of God we are still using them. But they are still good, they are serviceable, but we need to improve them. But for Abuja, sir, this is one of the larger issues in Nigeria of not executing such projects on time. If you remember, sir, during Obasanjo's time, it was a very thorny issue with the National Assembly at that time. I think that time, if I remember correctly, 45 billion was allocated during Obasanjo's time under one particular budget, and there was a lot of back and forth rancor that it was, too much and all that. And that project was stalled under Obasanjo. So on and on, 7th, 8th, 9th Assembly, nothing happened. Graciously, I think the 9th Assembly, there was a small provision and there was an actual release. The total sum, just to make it open, at that time was 90 billion. Yes, 90 in the 9th Assembly, 90 billion, and I think there was 70 billion actual, then 20 billion for contingency or whatever. 30 billion was actually released by the previous government. We didn't release that money for them to go to site. When we came, they could not go to site because of problems of villagers and all that. And we settled that problem. I was the one, together with the Minister of FCT, that worked very hard the first 2 months. We settled, we removed them from site, and they moved to site, sir. Lo and behold, as I speak with you now, the contractors have left the sites. They have done excavation work and some preliminary work. They say the 30 billion is gone. And the variation I have received, sir, unfortunately.
Did they pay compensation with the 30 billion or what?
Part of it. There was money inherent in the 30 billion to pay the Abuja settlers. So, but it was the contractors and part of the money that they paid. We made them pay from part of their contract sum. because there was community engagement or so, I think, in the contract by the previous government. So it was their duty to pay it, and they paid. They made the money available to FCT, so they didn't pay directly. They made the money available to FCT, who is in charge, and FCT disbursed to each and every family on the land for them to live. But just to complete the story, sir. Now, okay, sir. Okay, I want to bring the committee up to speed because it's important you are up to speed on what's going on. They left the site, they've abandoned the site now, we're not going on, and the variation that the contractors are bringing is a variation I totally disagree with. As a responsible minister, I said, I will not go ahead with this type of variation. I will not go ahead with this kind of variation. The president himself does not like it. He sees this as an avenue for fraud. Mr. President does not like variations. He says so all the time on council. And I'm saying the variation from 90 billion, they are proposing 532 billion. I will not accept it. The option I have is to cancel the contract. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't want to say, but the option I have now is that we have to invite fresh bids because they cannot hold us to ransom. No contractor like that. It's a responsible contract. This is the committee oversighting us. They will chop my neck off if I come back and tell the committee that I approved how much. No, I will not. 532 from 90 billion to 532 billion within a space of 2 years to do the second runway. I will not accept it. So that is the state of the situation. We have 2 proposals on the table which I will take to Mr. President, and I'll consult my chairman on it for us to have even special funding, the PPPs. There are 2 other Chinese companies who say they can fund it with their own money and for us to pay them back. Because we need the Southern Runway to be up and running, and I want it to be completed during the lifetime of this administration. It will be a credit to this committee that we completed it. So we are considering various options. Unfortunately, I have to say it here, even before having a meeting with the contractors, but the option, sir, is that this country cannot go on with such unreasonable variations. For how much do they build fresh airports for you to now do a variation of how much? 532. It would be unreasonable for us to accept that, sir. So that's the situation of it, sir. Yes.
My colleagues, let me appeal to Ross now. We have spent 2 hours on analyzing the budget forward. We have a major job about budget of 2026 and 2025. So let's leave every other thing to the committee when we are going on oversight to be able to raise some of the issues. Luckily, we have given the minister and his team 1 week for the submission of all the questions my colleague have asked. If we continue to ask questions, we'll be repeating ourselves. And if you look at it, the questions are even similar. The only question that is a bit different from everything we're asking is Nigeria Airways. Every other question is similar, and we've already given them the ongoing project, the amount the contract was awarded, and the amount we need to finish it, and when are we likely to complete it. Simple on all the projects. So we are giving them that 1 week for them to give us this. So I will say this, appealing to our people. Honorable Minister, go to budget 2025 for us.
Not more than that. That's also one more detail. The chairman had been referred.
Sir. Okay, sir.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
When you go into public office, you must be ready to answer to the people.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On Digi 360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts, and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world. A new Nigeria is possible, the future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it, so that you can understand.
When you look at the 2025 budget proposal, capital, from page 6 to page 10, 90% of the projects in the 2025 are ongoing projects. For us to really appraise this project, we need those documents were required from the ministry.
Yes, sir.
If we don't have the breakdown and the status of those 24 projects of the project going on that come from them, there's no way we can really appreciate.
Yes, sir.
What they are asking for in 2025.
Yes, sir.
So I will appreciate my colleagues and the secretary level that we should suspend the consideration of 2025 budget until we receive the submission of that status project they have. 95% of the projects they are talking about 2025 are all ongoing projects.
Yeah, the project is even ready. We didn't know we prepared it. We'll make copies. We'll make copies available, sir. Status of ongoing projects. We'll make copies available and details.
Strategy to close the session. Yes. He was with us. Okay, that's good. That's kind of him, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I think while I align my thoughts with what my colleague stated from the House of Reps, I just want to draw the Honorable Minister's attention to a few things before the presentation. You have, in the 2025 budget, you are constructing 2 airstrips, one in Anka, one in Boko. One is 500 million, one is 50 million. It's a contradiction in figures.
In 2025?
Yes, in 2025. Yeah, 2025 budget. So you are constructing 2 airstrips, one in Anka, Zamfara State, one in Boko, in Benue State. The one in Boko is for 500 million. The one in Anka is for 50 million. The difference is too much. We need you need to reconcile that when you're coming back with your documents. Then we also need to know when you're coming back, Honorable Minister, we need to know your total staff strength and your nominal role.
Okay, sir. We'll provide it. In the main ministry and the agencies?
Yes, the main ministry and agencies.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that, sir.
Then, in the same, like the chairman House Committee stated, you have so many ongoing projects. You understand? Yes. So is it not more expedient to concentrate efforts and funds in completing those projects rather than embarking on some of these seemingly politically inspired projects? You know what I'm talking about.
Sir,
you don't have a lot of reply now.
I know, sir. I just wanted to give 1 STP your village, sir. Okay. Would you like it?
When next we embark on that trip?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then we can talk about that.
Yes, sir.
Then the issue of the cooling system.
Yes, sir.
I also see that you have 1 billion naira for this year's budget. You know that one of the things that is discouraging people from staying long in our airport is the cooling system.
Yes, sir.
Please, can 1 billion do the magic? Because I don't want you to come back during budget defense for 2025 and tell us that, oh, the funds were insufficient. I, from my knowledge, know that 1 billion
cannot go anywhere.
Cannot do the magic. So what is worth doing is worth doing well. You have an opportunity now to ask for funds to do something that will stand the test of time and stand as a flagship project or a legacy project for you and the government.
Yes,
do that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Senator Mashal. I now call on one of the colleagues with expired humility. We have to speak for 8 years. No humility is
He's my elder brother.
But now,
my chairman, the co-chairman, distinguished colleagues, members of the House of Representatives, the Honorable Minister and your team. Honorable Minister, I came a little bit late. I must say that yes, our duty is not to comment, but where we see good things coming, we must comment. For me, the last 1 year, I think we're very proud of the ministry moving the aviation industry to a step forward. So we must commend you for doing that. Now back to I was also working anxiously in the 24 budget and the 25 submissions. You know there are very old airports. We are talking of building new airports. We are forgetting about the old airports.
Yes, sir.
The Jos Airport is a graded airport.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we're talking about cargo, we're talking about industry, agricultural produce. We're talking about solid minerals. I didn't say anything in 2024. And in 2025 proposal, I have not seen anything. Honorable Minister, don't forget I was the driver also. I was the DJ of the campaign.
Yeah.
Let me not go back empty-handed.
Political.
Please, if you are putting something for runways, let me have something for my runways.
Exactly.
I'm not asking for too much. Let's extend our runways so that we can start running our international
Yes, sir.
in a different way.
Yes, sir.
Sending your agricultural produce to different countries.
So your hands.
So I wanted to put that on record so that you don't squeeze me. You say I have expired immunity. Thank you, Chairman.
Honorable Minister.
Yes, sir.
Honorable Minister.
Sir.
You know, before Senator Governor Lion came in, exactly what I said was what he repeated. In the National Assembly, generally, we don't praise because we assume and know that what you are supposed to do is what you are doing. When you are doing well, you are doing it for yourself. But like he rightly said, and I said earlier on, that we are proud to be a member of this aviation committee because together with you, we are moving the aviation industry to where it ought to be. We are not allowing people to be lazy. 5 days ago, we were coming back to Nigeria, myself and aviation chairman. As soon as you arrived, he went straight to the machine to go and use the machine. And I went to the other side. He asked me, otherwise I said, supposing my passport, somebody goes somehow and then the thing blank, say they say carry light. He was laughing and said, just leave me, let me go to where I used to. But I was happy because that's the system, that's what we are seeing abroad. So if it's coming here now, Nigeria, with time, with effort, we'll be able to improve on it more. These are some of the innovation that you guys brought. And lastly, there's 2 complaints Nigerians have complained, and we even have the permission of the Senate to invite you and the airline operators.
Yes, sir.
I can summarize it and we can do it here or talk to them for when Nigerians pay to travel to, say, from Abuja to Enugu or Port Harcourt, 9 o'clock flight. They will be there until 9 o'clock in the night. One incident happened between me, Senator Abamoro, all of them that day at the airport, we were 5 senators. We arrived at the airport at 9 o'clock. Our aircraft was leaving from Lagos to Kano. I don't want to mention the name of the airline. By the time we arrived at the airport, the national notice, we were already at the airport that the aircraft, we are sorry, will not be going at 11. So at 9 o'clock to 11 is okay. Before 11 arrived, another test came in that the aircraft will be around 2. No problem, we'll wait. By the time we realized, we didn't say anybody at the counter again. So my colleague now started abusing me, Chairman Aviation. Chairman Aviation, because to cut the long story short, we left the airport that day, 1 o'clock midnight. I said it on the floor. It was a master experience, 4 of 4. Now imagine the agony of Nigeria. That's one aspect. 2 weeks ago, students were going back to school. At the airport in Abuja, the flight was supposed to carry them from 8 o'clock. 2 small children who are our own children did not leave the airport until there was nobody to even give them even ordinary biscuit and cola. That's not fair. And lastly, when you buy your ticket and you say you are changing maybe to the following day, you pay. When they cancel, then you want to rebook your ticket, you pay. It's not done anywhere. That's called cheating and stealing. These are some of the policies LCA you have to cross-check. The last time I spoke to you about it, you said, and I agree with you, that most Nigerians are the ones that don't follow the rule, they don't know their right. I agree with you, but let them know their right by you making effort to tell Nigerians that when an airline cancel his flight, if not weather, and it's taking more than 24 hours, they should feed you at the airport. Little thing for people, just so that people won't start collapsing at the airport. They should give us the president their respect, their honor. This is our country. It's not about making money for them below. We need to change the side. We need to change the dynamic. We need to take Nigeria where we ought to be. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and we appreciate your prompt and try and keep it up. Yes, and let's take aviation industry to where we plan for it to be. And in the next 1 week, we'll be waiting for this Canada. We'll be able to compare those on the budget, the 2025 budget. Then we will now submit to the appropriation committee. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Let me call motion for appointment.
Nice to us, Chairman. They helped us. Ask them what they did.
I therefore move that this committee should be adjourned. Senator.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished senators and honorable colleagues, my name is Aviation, representing the Senate Kesuwaju Kajura and the Waju Federal constituency. I second motion that brings the president is adjourned Senator.
The meeting is now adjourned Senator.